S or something like that? It's old, but
yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think it's that old, right? So what we still have iPhone 6 and stuff like that.
the old stuff, you know?
Has too many green things. Yeah.
Mikey, I have the same question for you that I have every day.
What's up?
You know what my water bottle is?
Let's see.
I always lose.
Okay, so I
I'm
know
so
you
dumb.
leave it here.
I'm so dumb. I wish I were less dumb.
Even though I think it's gonna be in the front. My guess is it's in the front.
All right.
Because typically, I didn't even see it today. You sure you didn't take it with you?
That's what I was reading.
Yeah.
Your wife put that there, but I was just reading it.
Because look, here's the thing. I have to edit the video. Got it. Yeah, I'll take that out. Oh. Hi. Why did you hide his water bottle this time? I didn't hide his water bottle.
Hi.
Hi.
Whose book bag is that?
Hi.
We'll try.
Let's put some water next to his computer.
I thought that computer was waterproof.
Okay.
It is waterproof, right? It's still proof. It's not waterproof.
Let's see what was.
Hell no. Oh, hell no. Is this Vegas? Yeah. I'm actually bought Vegas. You bought Vegas? Well, Louis bought Vegas. For you? Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, dude, how do you think I feel? I'm being fried.
Damn. Put your glasses on or something.
I forgot my glasses because it wasn't sunny when I left. I was like,
I'll get you shade or something. You're gonna get wrecked.
I have my own.
We have a lot of. We
glasses,
typically have no shortage of shades for Kevin. Why do we have to buy? We should get you blinds. This is screwing up the lighting for the stream. Please tell Hi to check his email and unban me on YouTube live channel.
Oh.
Simic2. Why did we ban you? And okay, A, why did we ban you? And B, why do you deserve to be unbanned, I
Because
suppose?
he paid us money
Okay.
a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to unban?
Look, I need access to your account.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
I have to log in. I have to make an add-in.
Maybe later today.
Yeah.
Don't forget to do that.
Later today, we have much work to be done here. I will look into it. So, I will most certainly look into it, but I have to make an account for him, and that's going to be a pain in the dick. So, yesterday's stream, there's something that I overlooked. So it's taking 100 milliamps, even though it's not giving us a green light, and PB bus is wrong. So, what could be causing those three things all at the same time? I kind of wonder if it happens to be an SMC. I should not be working on this board anymore. This board should be going straight to the effing trash. Yeah, again, for Hi to unban, I have to make a user account for the live account separate for Hi, and that's going to have to wait until I fix this board. So I will get to it. I'll look at it. I won't forget. Who am I kidding? I will forget. I'll try not to forget. Okay, that I can promise.
Keep on emailing me, and then I will forget.
Yeah, Hi will remember to remind me if he's bothered regularly to make him an account, or a user's account for that. So let's go over this one. Man, it's fucking hot in here. Is that on high?
Yeah, dude, I turned on the AC a while ago. And I was waiting
Dude,
for it to kick
we need
in.
blinds.
Yeah.
It's boiling in here. This is ridiculous. Okay, so this is the air from yesterday. If I open up my power supply software here, called Easy Power. Ahem. I open up the software. Oh god, this is like Paul Daniels shit over and over again. Oh god. Alright. 18.5. Start. 0.5. Check. Output. So, what could be causing what we had yesterday? Where... Damn, it's warm in here. Maybe perhaps we'll give my computer a little bit more fan. A little bit more fan.
You know what we could do? We could take all the cardboard that we get and just put it...
Okay, so 100 milliamps. We have no green light. Our PP bus is not doing what it's supposed to. It's 8.1 volts. Let's see if we can defeat this. So some of the things I'm interested in here. Let's see. What is PP5ES5? Is that on? It is not. So any SMC function is not working. SMC PMG to enable is not there. So the SMC is essentially acting as if it's off. So there's a couple of, but the thing that is strange to me is that it is still using, it's still using 100 milliamps, which is strange. So, Kevin, get the fuck out of here.
I was joking about him to put like cardboard in front of the glass window, but he's like, he takes the whole thick box.
Kevin,
Kevin's engineering.
no, you can't.
No,
You can't. It won't. I need to get that on this. Can we get another mount like this so that I can put that on the speaker? Because this, I think that camera should go on something like this rather than that clusterfuck. Anyway, so
but I feel like Kevin's gonna knock it. So no.
Okay, so let's see. Firstly, is SMC reset present here?
These are no leads anyways.
It is.
Yeah, no, I told you.
Are the pull-ups for SMC mode there? You are.
Yeah, because it looks like shit.
Kevin, you're making the store look homeless.
Yeah. Get it out of there.
3.4, 3.4. Alright, now, what if there's some sort of damage to the ISL 6259? I'm just saying. Let's explore that. You were able to copy the files, hi?
Yep.
You're the best. Okay, and you tweezer. Here we go, tweezer. Bada bing. Preheat that section of the board. The button works now, hi. Just had to click on the Stream Deck software. Now let's see what happens with no ISL 6259. I want to see if no ISL 6259 gives me much difference. Okay, now here's what's really interesting, folks. Even with the ISL 6259 not on the board, we're taking 100 milliamps. Is that something or what? That's pretty strange. That's pretty effed up. So I've taken the ISL 6259, which creates PP Bus G3 Hot, off of the board. It's no longer soldered on, but we are still using 100 milliamps. Now that is just out of this world strange. PPVRTC G3 Hot is present. PP3V42 is 3.52. Now the thing is, that's a strange number. I don't understand why PP3V42 is 3.52. That's kind of funky. And also, let's see what the resistance is to grounds on PP3V42, shall we? 2.3, 2.4. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna be a little bit more extreme here. I'm actually going to remove. I am going to remove the PP3V42 circuitry entirely and see what happens there. Also, let me just see if there's any short circuits around the PP3V42 circuitry. Again, the PP3V42 is going to be responsible for the SMC turning on and for a lot of other stuff. So do we have a short circuit on input here? Doesn't. Okay, this is interesting. What do we have 190 ohms to ground for? Part of the PP3V42 input circuit. So let's check that. By the way, we are continuing off from yesterday's live stream. So, flip this over. Okay, so that is over here that we're having that strange short circuit. Let's see, so I was measuring at pin 1 of D7005. Now, D7005 D7005 is going to be where the DC in. Oh, duh. Now, D7005 is going to be where PP bus G3 hot or the 18 volts from DC in come into this board. And as you can see here, my resistance to ground at this point. Okay, never mind. It's going back up. Let's see. I would expect PP bus G3 hot to have a much higher resistance to ground than this. 600 ohms, just very strange. Three kilo ohms. Okay, so I may be barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, that's fucked up. So let's see if this is on the system side or the creation side. So I am going to remove the fuse for PP bus G3 hot so that I could see if this low resistance is on the side for creating PP bus G3 hot or the system side where PP bus G3 hot is going to the computer. Just putting this out there, $9.99 for a monitor stand. Listen, I think it would be interesting to review the new the new Mac Pro. It's just that thing is $6,000, and that's like, it's a good 6 months of YouTube revenue there that I would be spending on a fucking Mac Pro. Not what I would call good investments. Focus. So, what do we have on the system side? Alright, system side's 2 kilo ohms, 3 kilo ohms, 4 kilo ohms, and ISL 6259 side is 47 ohms. Okay, so here we go. We've got, now this is going to be where our problem is most likely. So check this out. So we have, I'm going to find F7040 and bring this up. This is a really tricky board. This trolled me for hours yesterday. So check this out. So F7140 is the bridge between the circuit that creates PP bus G3 hot. That's the main power rail. So this fuse over here, F7140. Let me just make this full screen. So this circuit over here is going to take the 18 volts from your charger and it's going to turn it into 8.5 volts for the system. Now this chip is going to be what's responsible for, and plus these transistors, for taking the 18 volts and turning it into 8.5 volts. Now this fuse is the bridge that sits between this, the circuit that creates PP bus G3 hot, and the system side, where it's actually going to be output to. So I removed that fuse because I wanted to see where our short circuit lied. Lied? Did you lie to me? And I'm getting this strange intermittency where it goes back and forth between like 2 ohms, 90 ohms, 150 ohms. That's still way too low. That does not make sense at all. So we're getting 171 ohms there. Also, by the way, just because some of you may notice, the power supply software thinks that I'm using 104 amps, but it's not because it's not actually plugged in. The circuitspecialist.com, the power supply is nice. The software is a little Paul Daniels-y. It's a little Paul Daniels-y. You're always going to expect that your software is just going to have a little bit of Paul Daniels in it. You can't fucking escape that guy, even if you're using somebody else's software. It is what it is, and I'm sorry about that. But I don't want that to reflect poorly on this video because you think that I am measuring resistance with power applied. I am not. It's just that my software is being a little bit Paul Daniels-y today. And this is new software. So it's not always going to do what it's supposed to do. And if Paul Daniels is watching, well, fuck, I'd be surprised if it does what it's supposed to do at all. Anyway, so what we need to do now is we need to chase and figure out why that short exists. So let's bring back the PDF into full view. Now, we have 4 capacitors over here that could be causing this. C7140, C7141, C7143, and C7145. I'm going to remove all of them. Every last capacitor. And we're going to figure out what happens once we remove every single one of those capacitors. So let's go back to the schematic and board view so that I can get an idea of where that is. So now we can use Paul Daniels' working software to, well, if it is working, you click, go see. I know. Wow, you could hear that through your headphones, couldn't you? I shocked hi. So that cap is there, C7141, C7143, and C7145. So for me, it's worth it to just remove all 3 of these. They're all right next to each other. And it's going to be some sort of intermittent tantalum rubbish, I imagine. So let's remove all that stuff and see if our short circuit goes away. Perhaps it will. Kevin, you get yourself some blinds on Amazon. Or a shade. To do it now, because if you do it, if you wait for later, you'll forget, and then you're just gonna burn. And then OSHA's gonna come after me. Kevin needs blinds. What? Okay, so now we've removed those capacitors that could be potentially shorting this to ground. So now that that's removed, I am going to check and see what my resistance to ground is. And it looks like my resistance to ground is actually lower now than it was before I removed those capacitors. Okay. Well, looks like we're just going to have to go a little bit further with this. This board is going to get it. So, what else could be doing this? Well, after going through R7150, the current sensing resistor, we also have multiple capacitors right here around the battery line. We have C7117, C7114, C7113, and C7112. And we are going to remove all of those capacitors like a savage. Let's talk about happy things, NPR. Happy things. Let's not talk about that. Should we get Kevin blinds or sunscreen? Okay. More stuff is gone. Right. And we've got 14 ohms. Interesting. So at this point over here, I have disconnected just about everything. Right over here. What if it's Q7130? You know what? I'm going ham on this. I'm going ham. We are gonna... All of you, just, you're gone. Shit, I can't grab that. My tweezers were not allowing me to grab that. Okay, this goes this way. Bam. 54 kiloohms. There we go. So now, let's put everything back on. So it seems like Q7130 was intermittently shorting to ground. You piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. Oh my god. Alright, so here's the funny thing. I have a feeling I'm going to put all this stuff back on. And after I put all this stuff back on, it's still not going to work.
Move this one back to my
Pandejo?
Wait. Pendejo is also pussy.
Pendejo? Maricón?
Wait, you're not supposed to be taking Spanish lessons.
El
Learning
burro
language.
sabe más que tú. Suc. Ah, there's sun in my eye. I can't see shit.
Yeah, usually this affiliate makes Yeah.
He's on the phone with somebody that won't leave him alone.
Yeah, no, I can understand, yeah. I do appreciate the thought, though. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Kevin, when this starts happening, when a fan will leave me alone, I start hitting the mute button on the phone on and off really quickly and going, hello, hello, hello. And then it sounds like the phone call. They'll think that the reception is bad. So hit the mute button, but like, no, you hit the mute button, but you rapid fire it like this, and then you go, hello, hello, hello. And then you hang up. Some people just don't know when a conversation is supposed to be over.
Like they just started calling him Kevin. And then you know the thing that he's always playing? A song that he uses this. And it's like something about killing somebody and then it's like everything in Russian. So he starts calling back. And I'm like, what is this? Like, and then the dude guesses quickly.
Now that stuff is not actually soldered down yet, but I am going to have to go over this several times of heat to solder these capacitors. So I figure if I'm going to have to do that, I might as well only run one run of high heat rather than three, you know. Ah, mother flower. Okay, so I'm going to let this cool down a little bit because I used a lot of heat on those parts of the board. And the sun is right in my face right now. This is annoying. I can't see a damn thing. I'm blind. Ah, I'm blind. Kevin, we need blinds.
Did you look through the window?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you got blinded by the light.
No, it's like pointing right in my eye. You got to do better than this.
Yeah.
Let's see. What can we use? Can we? Does bubble wrap?
I was gonna use. Does bubble wrap work?
We have bubble wrap. Too much sun. Too much sun.
You too?
It's literally going right to where my microscope is, so I have to move it, and then as the sun moves, it's moving its way back into my eye.
What the fuck is he doing? Thank God you're not an engineer.
I have an idea. Hear me out.
Do you know where that air filter that used to be up here is, Hi? Huh?
I will give the best customer service to this. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh yeah. Next, let's measure resistance. A little on the low side, but what the hell are you gonna do? All right, let's put an ISL on and a fuse. I'm getting I'm getting toasted here. This is terrible. I'm gonna have a tan on one side of my face. Micro pencil's not good for that. A tortoise. Okay, now to find a Goofy Brush G3 hot fuse, which is on very few of my donors. Yeah, Nash, I'm blind right now. Sorry. I'm actually going to have to cut this short after this because I can't sit in this spot of the store right now. I am legit going blind. This is terrible. What if you? I don't think bubble wrap is gonna do it, Kevin. You need paper. Tatiana, would you mind standing in the window for the next and moving like a couple of degrees every time the sun moves?
Can you go back to your desk, please?
What?
Go back to your desk.
Yes. Kevin, bubble wrap is not going to do it. You need to put a piece of paper there actually. Can you tape a piece of paper to the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, do a piece of paper. That'll do. Wait, use the t-shirts. The Mr. Clinton t-shirts. No, tape it Mr. Clinton t-shirts to the front of the store.
If anyone asks about it, it's advertising.
Yeah, it's advertising. Yeah, get an XL or something, or a 2XL.
Wait, alright?
No, that's not gonna work. No, but I have a lecture.
Yeah, Kevin, put the shirt up there. The shirt will do it. Packing tape, duct tape, whatever the fuck is. Oh, that's better. Oh, happy, beautiful. Okay, now just make the sun stop moving because that's pissing me off. It's gonna mess up your work.
Listen, hi, you want to do this? Go ahead.
I'll do it.
What? I'll make one in black. You would buy a shirt with Mr. Clinton's face on it? Alright. Thank you very much for the 99 cents. A hanger?
Yeah. So it doesn't look like an autist like me put it on.
Oh my god. Alright, plug this in. 113 milliamps, nothing. So that was not the cause of the problem. 8.19 volts. Okay, what if it's my PP3V42 circuit that's having an issue? Remember, this all started because of a shorted cap on PP3V42. So what if PP3V42 is actually not powerful enough? It's not putting out enough amperage to power the SMC. That could be a problem. Because think about it. Our entire issue over here is related around the idea that the SMC is not turning on. Now, we have PP3V42, but what if we don't have enough PP3V42 because the chip that's putting it out is not capable of putting out the full amperage that we need? So what if we just do this? Just going to knock this entire section off the board and start from scratch.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not losing this easy. This is not no. I'm not getting beat by a fucking 3437 with no green light. That's just not happening. We've been doing this for too long to get owned in such a pathetic manner. Okay. Rob, did you get your stuff? We had Tatiana bring it to FedEx while she was leaving and drop it off before the cutoff point. So I hope you got your stuff.
Oh, it's much better.
That's actually really good. I like it.
Now you gotta put up another shirt. Because you have to put.
Yeah, if they want to buy the shirt, they could buy it. They just can't buy that one.
Oh yeah.
We could.
Plus, you can come to this side now.
Yeah, but my desk isn't on that side, so.
But it's the sun is beaming towards this way. You're still getting the beam here.
I don't mind about my chest. It's just my face was being baked.
My eyes are being baked. That sun was sliding. Yeah, the sun had better stop moving. I'm pretty sure it's content where it is now. It should be done. What do you think of our blinds, Camille?
Blinds where?
The sun is going right here into the right into my eye, while I was sitting in there.
That's dangerous. That's like that thing bouncing up there into my eye right there. Okay.
Yeah,
That little glass thing.
we have to convince the school that they should add a floor. I'm thinking that my PP3v4 circuit is not able to provide enough amperage for the SMC to turn on, because no SMC functions work, and I get 3 point. Yeah. Well, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was going to be the diode, but I thought that as I was wiping everything, and it was too late. I'm so pissed. I'm just wiping everything and starting from scratch, because PPBus G3 Hot started to intermittently give me 10 ohms, but on the creation side, not on system side.
And did you end up checking the ISO and all that?
Yeah, I replaced every single part of that, and now I'm doing the. I can't get owned by an air no power. That's just. Especially now that I started streaming it, because then people are going to know that I got owned by an air no power. I mean, an air no green light. That can't happen. That's like. It's embarrassing. My children may watch the stream someday. What's up, Anel? Everything. This. With what?
Chilling.
Oh. Is there a way to point the... Oh, I missed it.
It's just I'm just standing there like this.
Mikey goes to kick.
And Mikey goes to kick and I just let go and get him in. Say no to the morning. I like it. You're really gonna need this whole thing?
Absolutely.
But like
The world can't know that I can't fix a 3437 with no green light. Realistically, I should have just replaced the diode. This is fucking stupid. But I realized that right as I was wiping everything.
Remember when we had problems with diodes when they are not able to provide enough current to
Yeah.
actually hold 3V? Is it 3V? Yeah, 3V38, 39 or something like that? Which is close enough, but like that's
It's the same diode. Yeah, they use the same diode even in the touch bar. Oh yes, and I made sure that sys1 wire had a beep to it, but that still wouldn't explain the 8.1 volts versus 8.55.
Don't forget to take your tag, bro.
I know how you feel, except I just haven't spoken to it. I'm the one
We don't have any more left, I noticed.
Are you fine with $200 to replace it with that's what caused it to fail? 100.
Coil replacement. Sweet, sweet coil replacement. Remember, some of this stuff is not going to flow in perfectly, and that's totally fine. Because we're going to flux and flow it in later. There's no need to use too much heat on this stuff. Yeah, this was dumb. I could have just replaced the diode. So what happens a lot here is that you actually will get PP3V42, but it's unable to supply the enough amperage to power anything because the diode will go bad. The inrush diode. So this is what sits between PP push G3 hot or 18 volt in and the input of the PP3V42 circuit. Mofo. Dude, being a second. Okay, I need the chip and one of the inrush limiter resistors. I have 3 boards here that none of them have that damn inrush limiter resistor on it. And obviously then I need a PP3V42 regulator IC. But I'll be right back. We will find it. Boards are hot, hot, hot.
Again, load.
My iron was stuck in sleep because a wire got jammed there, so that's why that wasn't melting nicely. Much better. Okay, so we... Whoops! Almost dropped that right on my... Well, almost someplace bad. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do is put a PP3V42 regulator on there. Okay, this is LT3470. Okay, let's get ourselves a chip. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Let's see where we put this chip. So pin 1 is going to be on the bottom left, so the dot should be on the bottom left. If you need one of these chips, if you don't know where to get one of these chips, might I suggest store.rossmangroup.com. Alright, now here's the shitty part. This chip does not appear to have a dot on it, so I have no idea what the orientation of it is supposed to be. Yeah, you don't have a dot on you. That's really shitty. Okay, I have no idea which way this chip is supposed to go. Does it go this way or the other way? Okay, I guess I should find another board that actually still has that chip on it. But yeah, so that's the way it's supposed to go. Like, good stuff. So now I think we're just about ready to plug this in and see if we have any change in results. So is everybody ready? We're gonna put my other chips back here. Okay, we take my charger and 100 milliamps and doesn't do anything. Yeah. And 3.5 instead of 3.4. Perhaps it's something that PP3V42 goes to. So what is PP3V42 going to go to? So we have a couple of G3 hot rails that are going to be created in the beginning. Let's see. So PP3V42 underscore G3 hot goes to SMC reset circuit, or to replace that. JTAG goes to SMC, obviously. U1900. But what here is actually going to be grabbing 100 milliamps without getting us a green light? Okay, so we have an interesting... We have something over here. And there. But that is not a chip that even uses PP3V42. This is. So what if I remove that, and just for safety's concerns, the clock chip that's right near it. So we're going to remove you and a clock chip. Dead?
Probably. It's not turned on. This is some white wine as well.
We have candy if you want a candy.
Huh?
We have candy if you want candy. We don't have candy.
I stocked up on Jolly Ranchers.
What happened on all the blue ones that you had? You had the 3 cases of blue candy.
Yeah, I still have blue.
Okay. We have to get rid of that trash, so.
Okay, alright. Well, trash is a harsh word, right?
Harsh but accurate. What temperature do you like to run your irons at? 350 to 500, depending on what it is. 300 to 500, 350 to 500 Celsius for hot air, depending on what I'm doing with it. All right. Yeah, screw this. Rage quit.